Welcome to Golf in the Cosmos, where physics meets the fairway and the universe takes a swing at your mind. We got Andrew and Parbeh here. How you doing, gentlemen?
Hey. Thanks for making the trip out to Hawaii for us and watching the waves, and excited to be here.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm a little jealous right now. You had a heck of a round today. Now you're back on the beach, but hey, we live 5 minutes from the shore over here too, so we shouldn't be complaining too much. Happy to be back. Let's talk shop.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm broadcasting from Kauaʻi. We don't have the 80-degree water, but no complaints here. I mean, I got a golf round in, played Parbeh Bay today, so it was beautiful course. I'll be posting some videos later tonight as well. But how you guys doing? How's your golf game? How's your life?
Yeah, I think it's going well. It's been busy in general, and golf got to practice and give a couple lessons over the last week. It's been really good working with other people, seeing all types of games and swings, and seeing people improve is what I love. So it's been a good week of that.
Andrew, I think I have to take you up on another lesson. I will say, since the one time we hit the range, I felt some improvements definitely across the board.
Yeah.
Kevin and I had a chance to play last week before he took off, and I'd love to hear it from his side, but I really felt some pure iron strokes and some of that weight transfer that we talked about. I got another range session on my own too, and just kind of try to pick up on some of those grip changes, and I don't know. It's been feeling better. It feels like I'm building something sustainable.
Nice.
Little by little. So it's just a block at a time.
It is.
We had a very near par, almost tragic there. He got on one of Orange County's best par threes, hole 7 Lagos, deep par 3 there over the water. Got it on the green and had to miss a 2-foot putt. So there's been talk. I mean, there's some bets floating out there. Over 3.5 holes is the current line right now. And K-Con is playing the house here. He's fading me. So one of our listeners and longtime members on the tour, Carlo, has actually backed me. So I'd love to see some more action come my way. We're gonna par a dang hole, and it's gonna be soon. I tell you that.
Look, I love the action. I mean, the feedback I've heard is Parbeh Par is one of the fan favorite shows that we offer. Everyone's looking forward to the next Parbeh Par. So it's been 5 or 6 episodes, still no par. So there's money being put on it.
It's funny, Kev, is like cameras weren't rolling, but I did par that very same hole the next time we played.
That's true.
Wow. I mean,
6-iron made it there.
I think you have it in you, obviously. The key, though, Parbeh, is making that putt, whether it's 12, 10, 8, or 6 feet. Like, that's where you should be practicing, because you'll get on the green one time, you'll get near the green, you'll hit a good chip. You got to be able to convert on the makeable scoring part. So,
totally.
Yep.
Rory said in his documentary he hates putting the most. It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
There's a special mental challenge to making a short putt when it counts. I did also lose to our friend Kaza on the 18th green on Lagos, our last round, by 3 putting as well.
Oh.
So it's went into that 18th hole with a 2-shot lead, actually. So
wow,
a lot of things unraveled there. And so, Andrew, your comment couldn't ring truer right now. Those couple footers
get on that practice screen
you.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yep.
So look, I would love to give a little bit of a breakdown of my round today, and I'll say, Andrew, it worked, man.
Really?
The concepts we were talking about in Catalina, right? I think you need to tell yourself in your head, you need to tell yourself what you need to hear. If you've ever seen The Matrix, right? The Oracle tells Neo that he's not the one. And then later on, we find out he is the one, and he says, why'd you tell me that? She says, Neo, I told you what you needed to hear. So I had the yips last week. I told myself, you know what? I'm playing the best golf of my life. And I was looking forward to today's round. Went up there, teed it up, going, I am playing the best golf of my life. Don't care about anything else. Don't need to think about anything else. Playing the best golf of my life. And then I teed it up and I played really good golf. And when I had a shank, I went, oh, that's out of character because I'm playing the best golf of my life. So, and I moved on. And I don't think I was going to be able to move on if I was accepting the yips. And I don't know. I haven't tried the other way when you're playing really good and then telling yourself you're playing bad. But I'm pretty sure you need to tell yourself, what you need to hear. It has nothing to do with what is true or false. Thoughts?
Wow. I love that, because what it's showing is that it's not about, we were kind of going at, you tell yourself the opposite. Like, oh, when you're playing well, say you're playing poorly. When you're playing poorly, saying you're playing well. But it's, like you said, say what you need to be told. And, that's what makes it a variable, and it can be anything. But when you're playing poorly, it seems to be helpful to say I'm playing great golf, and gives you a perspective that's like, I'm going to go out and hit this next shot how I want to. So I love that.
Because it's how you're going to get out of it, right? How you going to get out of the yips? And think of it this way. So I was thinking, like, if you had a kid, right, who's maybe in like 7th, 8th grade playing, and he's playing like super good basketball, right? You're going, okay, this guy is scoring so many points. He's beating these kids. You go, he might have a future. Like, he's not pro by any means. Would you go, when he gets home, would you tell him, son, you're so good at basketball. You're playing the best, and I think you've made it? No, you would say, hey, man, you got a long way to go still. If you really want him to be the best, you would say you're not actually that good. And then on the other side of the coin, if he really is playing poor, you probably want to tell him, you played so good today, man. Like, you really played good. Like, you're looking great. I mean, that, I think, is how you perform. Get people to perform.
Parbeh, any thoughts?
I love the Matrix quote. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I know exactly what scene he's talking about. But I think when it comes down to it, you got to be the Oracle and the Neo, right? It's like the Freudian, the id, the ego and the super ego. They all have to live within you. So I think the answer lies somewhere in between. Is like, you need to be your own Oracle. You need to know that you are the one. But you also need to know, like Kevin said, what you need to hear at that time, right? So how do you drown out the noise of, like, yeah, sure, you might know that you're the one, but right now you're not playing like the one. Mm-hmm. And to kind of piggyback on the example of the young kid, right, who's doing really well. If it were me and I picture myself in that situation as a parent or as a coach, it's like, I want to call out the things that he does real well. It's like, hey, look, that jump shot, that's muscle memory for you. I love how that feels. But I can tell that when you go for that, left-handed layup, it's not. Let's work on what it takes to make that muscle memory, right? I think, again, I'm not a pressure player. I'm not a competitive player. But if I were to be, I would want to turn the things that are difficult into muscle memory. I think that's the ultimate challenge, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to these things in sports, and it comes to these things with kind of being in the right mental headspace when it counts. Because I got to imagine, I always go to you, Andrew, because I know you've been in these situations, right? There have to be some shots that are muscle memory, right? It's the 52-degree wedge from 110. Like, no matter what you do, I feel like you can always make that feel good, right?
Yep.
And I feel like it's getting the other parts of your game that aren't quite as, quote unquote, muscle memory-esque to fit into that frame. So I don't know. I don't think there's an easy way out of it. I think you look at, Kobe's in the gym until 4 a.m, shooting those shots until they feel like muscle memory. So, I'm starting to realize this a little too late, but you gotta get on the range, I think, and you gotta hit so many shots until they start to feel that way. I don't think there's an easy way out in golf.
Right. Look, Parbeh, I think you're getting more into the nuance of why Kobe, was so good and then still hits the gym. And it's really saying the same thing. What I'm saying is, When Andrew shoots a 68, how do you motivate him to keep going? If you just go home and go, I'm so good, I'm done. Or do you go, still don't got my best game, I'm really not playing that well. Like that to me motivates you. And then when someone has the yips, they really need to be, I'm playing so well, I need to get back out there and then keep playing well. And then that's how you get out of the yips. So that's the hot take I have.
I like it. It makes me think of my basketball coach back in the day. My basketball coach back in the day, he used to say, earn the right to play, right? So even if you had a bad day, he would always say, just, earn that right to play because you get another at bat. And one day you're going to wish you had it, right? So I think the yips is just another form of that is, have the mentality, have the mindset, the heart, and the work ethic to know that, you get another chance, but you got to earn it, right? You got to want it. You got to be there for it.
Well, right, because when you really have the yips, I wanted to throw my clubs in the ocean and not play again. It was really hard to get motivated to play again. So it's part of motivating yourself to go play is go, no, I'm good. I'm super good. I'm gonna get out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you almost have to be blind to what the failures.
Yeah,
you have to be. I think you got to be thankful for that for the next time you get out there, right? I mean, how many guys are there? You look at the NBA and the NFL. How many D1 college athletes end up lacing up their shoes or putting on that that helmet for the last time in college and never get out there again? What would those guys do for one more round? I mean, the beauty of golf is that we get to get out there, right? As long as we're alive and we're healthy, we get to get out there and have another crack at it. So, I think if you harness, it's true. Your life can change in an instant. So many things can happen and take that away from you. So I think if you really treasure, what golf is and what it is to be out there, I think two things can happen. One, it's like you said, yeah, you're good enough to play. And two is like you can find a way to enjoy it because of just how majestic it is, right? It's one of those things where regardless of, skill, you can always beat your best round. You can always, have another chance as long as you're healthy and able.
Look, man, I think we're out there for slightly different reasons, but I think we're saying the same thing from different angles. But let's get on to the Truist. Also, who even cares about the Truist? We got the PGA Championship. I'd love to see or hear just kind of some odds or some takes or some picks from you guys who have computers in front of you.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who cares about the Truist, man. 3 million George Washingtons. That's a pretty big prize for first place at a tournament like this.
For sure.
Yeah. I think all tournaments are now, the purse size is getting bigger and bigger. But I'm just going to read off the top 10 from our Cosmos Golf research page, which is curated every week for every tournament. So I'm just going to read off the top 10 players in the field by odds. So obviously the lowest odds to win, or highest odds to win, lowest payout, goes Rory McIlroy number 1, Cameron Young in number 2, Xander Schauffele number 3, Fitzpatrick, Oberg, Siwoo Kim, Tommy Fleetwood, Adam Scott, Min Woo Lee, and Chris Gotterup. So to me, a lot of those names are names you've heard all year, which makes sense. But it's just like, to me, the PGA Tour seems so compressed, where it's these same 10 guys, obviously at the top of the betting odds, and you don't necessarily see them win every week. Yes, we have McIlroy, Young, Fitzpatrick, who have actually won, but the rest of these guys have not won this year. Schauffele, I don't think he's won. Oberg, no. Siwoo Kim, I don't think so. Scott, so many guys that haven't won are in the top 10 of the entire field here. So interesting to me.
That is, those are guys that are probably due. Cam Young won twice now. Yeah. I wanted to also bring up huge news on the live side DP World Tour. John Rahm strikes the DP World Tour, get back in the game to make him eligible for the 2027 Ryder Cup at Dare Manor. John Rahm will now be eligible to be in the field because of the deal he struck. So he is looking ahead, looking past Liv. It really looks like Liv is in the past. Bryson DeChambeau with some provocative comments, saying that he'll move forward with his YouTube career, and also quote saying it's unfortunate that the PGA Tour wants to sanction him because they would be missing out. They could get a lot out of him. So he seems to think that he doesn't deserve any of the penalties, that they need him more than he needs them. So that sparked a lot of controversy as well.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's a fair comment, and it fits Bryson's character. Yeah, it's a very, I don't know, interesting way of thinking about it, because he will play on the PGA Tour again, and he might just have to wait that year and then qualify in some other way. But I see why he's frustrated.
Hey, man.
Right.
I'm an outspoken guy. I've definitely known what it's like to be villainized, and if I'm looking at it from Bryson's standpoint, I get it. I think he is a draw to the game. We all know that. There's no denying it. And no matter what the PGA Tour does, it's like they can't keep him off forever, like Andrew said. So they can play their games. They can use the rules however they want. But at the end of the day, we're going to see him back on tour one way or another. If it costs him a year, I think the following will just grow. The excitement will just grow. So I think any way you crack it is good for golf. It's good for YouTube golf. It's good for guys that want to see the game, outside of the rigid format of a PGA Tour event. So I think it's good all around. I mean, and into your earlier point on John Rahm, I mean, hey, Liv is disintegrating. Can't say we didn't see it coming. I think the Saudis realized that there's not going to be a break-even point and all that money they dumped into it. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo's getting paid $250 million a year to play soccer in Saudi Arabia. So I really wonder what calculations they had. He's making 4 times the money of Shohei. And I really wonder what NPV or cash flow analysis that was done there to think that they would claw back this money and break even. But
even over the next 30 years, like if they're thinking long-term value, like I just still don't think it pays off at all.
Yeah, I know they have unlimited oil, but you know what? We don't have unlimited attention span. So I think it's great to see it play out, and I'm excited for a lot of these guys to come back to the PGA Tour. I think it makes the PGA even more lit, and I'm sure I would hope that there's guys on the PGA side going, we should be eating this up. Maybe they're stirring the pot on purpose just to create more drama and more excitement. Because if they just accept the guys back with arms wide open, then it's kind of like, oh, they folded over everyone's back. But I think this is a chance for them to actually get some good publicity out of it, so long as everybody does get to come back, right? I mean, the last thing we want to see is guys kind of 86th out of golf just because they made a move, which was obviously, for the better.
They say Phil has burned every possible bridge. So that's to be seen if Phil makes it back. But guys, I'm going to start to wrap up, but I want to just summarize cart reviews on golfinthecosmos.com. We have some new cart reviews on Cosmos Labs. Check that out. We have our picks for the Truist. And then next week, there's going to be a lot of live streaming for the PGA Championship. We're going to be out in Palm Springs with a big part of the crew. And there's going to be some live stream similar to the Masters for the PGA Championship. So guys, we read you off the top 10. We're not going to have picks for the Truist, but that's the top 10. Gentlemen, thank you for joining. Quick
Oberg
pod
is
this week,
going
but
to win this
I think it was a
week.
good
I'll
one.
tell you that. Oberg is going to close.
My number one pick is who was I going to pick? I was thinking Oberg as well, but I think Schauffele's my pick this week.
He will close.
There you have it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. I saw you in my dream. We were walking hand in hand on a white sandy beach in Kauaʻi.
On those hot summer days, lying in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii, the sound of the ocean soothes my restless soul. The sound of the ocean rocks me all night long. Oh, last night in my dream I saw your face again. We were there in the sun on Hawaii, on a white sandy beach of